All right, guys. Hey, what is going on? It is me, Amira Blaze, guys. And of course, hello once again to all of my alternative book snobs out there as well. Welcome to Bookshade. So, guys, for today's episode, I've decided to switch things up with the show because, to me, Bookshade was getting boring, man. I was just doing reviews and TBRs and wrap ups and stuff, which is fine, but I wanted to make things interesting. So, in case you guys may not know, I am actually really into pro wrestling. I'm a huge pro wrestling fan, and AEW recently had their pay-per-view that was called All or Nothing. And then the WWE decided to have this interesting stipulation called the wild card rule, where you just kind of expect the unexpected. So I was thinking, I was like, what could I do with Bookshade to like kind of follow this all or nothing thing? So what I want to present to you guys today is called Bookshade All or Nothing Topic Selection. Okay, so this is what I did, guys. I've been working on this all day. I am so excited about this. But, I just decided to be persistent and I just, put it together today. But I've been thinking about this, guys, for the last 2 to 3 days. So I bought this yesterday. It actually came today, guys. So what this is, and let me show you this. This is so cool. Okay, so what this is called a, when you go for like raffles and stuff, this is what's called a raffle spinner. Okay, so I have tape on it here because I don't want the tickets to fall out. So what I did, and hey, we got ZZ, what's up? And ZZ says, yo, what's up? But yeah, so what I did, guys, was I got some tickets with different colors and stuff, and I put the topics on the ticket. So what I did was I just decided to like mix it up and randomize it and all of that. So, and we have what's up? And yeah, this is really cool, man. So I just got it, and I just randomized a list of like topics that I was thinking about, as well as stuff that you guys have suggested here on the program. And we also have Grizzle. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the program. And Grizzle also says, yo. And we have Abby, what's up? And Abby says, hi, welcome. So that's what I did, guys. So I've been working on this hard, y'all, all day, man. See, this is what I do for you guys. Motherfucking dedication, okay? So, and if you guys also have suggestions for topics as well that you want in this raffle spinner, I will do that. And the reason why I got this too is to make it fair, okay? So that, I don't know, what's the order and everything. I just put it in there. And what I did was I color coded the tickets. So purple is for my other show, which is called the Curvy Metalhead Show, where I talk about rock, metal, and country music. And I also do interviews as well with different artists and bands from time to time, which is really cool. And then the white tickets are for this show, which is Bookshade, okay? So I'm going to be doing this, guys, every other day, but I will be adding more tickets to this as people give me suggestions. If you leave a comment or something like that, or even if you guys have suggestions, definitely let me know. And I can put it on my list, and then I will like cut it up and put it on a ticket. And I actually folded it too, so it would kind of be like an envelope, so I didn't see any of the any of like what the topics were and stuff like that, and thank you, Abby, I really appreciate that. But like I always tell people, I really work hard on this show. I know my show may not be professional like, some of the more popular people, but I try my best. I do my best and I work really hard on that. And I treat my show for adults, so, doing a show for adults requires maturity and, taking things also seriously with it. We have fun here, we have a good time. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate that. you know, we have a good time, you know, but a lot of times people think, you know, maybe it's because I'm a fat person, maybe it's because I'm a person of color, I don't know, but sometimes I don't know what it is, but people just think, you know, that it's okay to come and disrespect me on my show, by saying things that are rude and ignorant to me, and I just don't tolerate that type of immaturity on my program, and I will address it. See, I'm not one of those shows where I'm just, you know, I get mad and be like, ah, you know, I will address it. So if you do say something rude to me, I will address you respectfully. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, be rude or be a bitch to you or anything. But if you say something that's rude or immature on this program, just to try to, you know, be disrespectful towards me, I will kick you out of this program. I have no problems with doing that, because that's not what I stand for. I don't stand for rude things being said to me, and I also don't stand for ignorant things being said to me, because I already have to deal with enough already, you know, being made fun of for being who I am. You know, this is the last thing that I need to deal with on this show. So I'm glad for those of you who understand that and you come to my show, we have a good time. But I will say this once and I will not repeat it again. I do not tolerate disrespect of me on this program. And if you proceed to do that, I have all rights to kick you off of my program. So I just want that to be understood. So moving on from that, okay. Yeah, so we have the topics in here. I'm going to spin this 10 times and then we'll pick, you know, I'll pick one and that's going to be the topic that will be for the following day, because I do both of my shows like in this alternating kind of schedule. So, all right, let's do this. And I haven't mixed this at all. So this is my first time mixing this up. So let's do the damn thing here. And we're going to do this. I'm going to turn it 10 times and let's see what comes up here for the topic for the following day's episode for Bookshade. Here we go. So we got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we got it. And it's cool because I can open this. There's a door. And then what I'm going to do too, guys, is I'm going to close my eyes. So that way, yeah, so I'm going to close my eyes so that I don't know what is what. Okay, so let me do that and then I'll pick a ticket here. And then I'm also going to move it around with my hands too so that, you know, I'm being at least even with it. Okay, I grabbed a whole bunch here, but I'm just going to pick one. And I'll put the rest back. And I also folded it too so I can't see it, you know, just to make it a little more interesting. All right. And then I'm going to put the spinner back next to me here. So I thought this would be a fun way. And guys, some of these topics are very straightforward. Let me tell you. Okay. I mean, guys, let me tell you, for Curvy Metalhead Show, the topic I'm doing tomorrow is unpopular opinion. Not everybody is beautiful. Okay? Like, straightforward topic. So I mixed it up in here, okay? So, and it's kind of talking about that unpopular opinion about beauty standards. So that's what we're going to be talking about on there. But let's see, guys. Here is the ticket right here. And I am going to tear this. And I peel it. And let's see what the topic is going to be. This is the first ever all or nothing Bookshade topic selection is for the following day. So that would be Saturday. Oh my, this is interesting. Okay, so this is a topic that we're going to be covering, guys, for Saturday, and that is romantic fake, real turn. So I'll show it to you so you guys can see it. So it says romantic fake, real turn. All right, so what I did too, guys, was I put in romantic romance book tropes and stuff like that, and that's what this is. So what a romantic or fake real turn is at first the romance, it seems like it's not genuine, but then over time the romance turns into reality. So what I'm going to do with this is I am actually going to find a book and read it that's based off of this. They're called tropes. So it's romance tropes. So that's what this is. So that's the topic for Saturday. It's going to be romantic fake real turn. So I'm going to find a book that reflects this, of like a romance that at first it doesn't seem like genuine, but then over time the characters start to fall for each other, or the love is kind of there. And if I don't find one, then I'll give recommendations based off of this. So, all right, guys, that is the topic that we're going to be covering on Saturday, because I do the show Saturday and Sunday as well. I'm still going to read actually today through Dark Lover. That's what I was reading last Sunday, and that's by J.R. Ward. It's part of her series that is called the Black Dagger Brotherhood. So I hope you enjoy this, guys. If you have any topics that you would like for me to put in this topic spinner, the all or nothing topic spinner, let me know. Okay, of course, in that vicious comment section below. But guys, I just have to say, like I said on my, what I said earlier, I work really hard on this show, guys. I spend like hundreds of thousands of hours, reading books, doing reviews, coming up with show ideas, commentary. I spend a lot of time doing this. So that's why I take offense when people are being rude to me. I understand that, yeah, that's what comes with doing this, and I have to acknowledge that. But that doesn't mean that I have to put up with being disrespected. And I am not going to put up with it. So if you do come to my show, and I'm going to repeat this and move on, because I'm not going to address it anymore, because it's, it gets annoying, right? But if you come to my show and you call me a derogatory term, you fat, ugly, whatever, you're automatically kicked out. I do not have any tolerance for that, because it's rude. You wouldn't want to be called fat. You wouldn't want to be called ugly, or you wouldn't want to be called a derogatory term. That's ridiculous. So I'm not going to put up with it. It's going to be an automatic, you're kicked off of my program, because I don't need that here, nor does my audience. My audience comes here so that we can talk about, reading for adults. I also talk about paranormal romance, like vampire romance, for example. And I also talk about, being an older booktuber and being a older multicultural booktuber, because I have unique challenges that I have to deal with because of me being who I am. And this is something, guys, that really brings me joy. It makes me happy to be able to talk with you guys. You guys really do mean something to me. But when I have people constantly coming to my show and saying disrespectful things, it really defeats the purpose of why I do this. And with that, guys, to conclude, if you say something rude on this program, or if you say just anything that to me is not classy, you're automatically kicked out of the show. I'm not going to give you a warning, because here's the thing. If you come to my show, this show is for mature adults, and that's how I'm going to treat you, like a intelligent adult. So if you cannot act that way, it is an automatic kick out of my show. It's not me trying to be rude. It's not me trying to be a bitch. It's just very disruptive, and it takes away from what I'm trying to do. And it's very annoying, and it's also it's an unnecessary distraction. So if you come to my program and do that, you gonna get kicked out. So I hope that you guys learn, today, because, of course I had someone come and apologize, and I really appreciate that. You know, that takes a lot of maturity to do that. But I'm not gonna put up with it because I don't deserve it, guys. I get made fun of all the time. I'm sorry I don't look like a supermodel, or I'm skinny and I have the ideal looks that, you know, is hot or attractive. This is how God made me. This is who I am, and I'm embracing who I am. But if you just come to my show and just say, you know, stuff like that, it just, you know, it really takes away from the respect level of YouTube. It takes away from the respect level of Twitch and why people enjoy doing this. Okay, it's just, it's ridiculous. And of course, hey, we have Jenny, what's up? And Jenny says, hey, it's also disrespectful. It is. You know, people calling me, you know, a bitch and stuff like that. It's like, what purpose is there for that? There's none. Actually, that's why people, you know, they write the articles that they do, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, Twitch is it's so basic, and we know that's not true. Okay, Twitch and YouTube have wonderful communities of people that are really intelligent and smart and doing wonderful things. But when people start to do what happened to me today, that is counterintuitive to the positive things that Twitch and YouTube can do for people. So let me be clear again, okay? This show is for adults, okay? This is not a show to come and be, you know, saying immature stuff, okay? This is a show for adults. We have fun here, we joke around and stuff. You know, I'm not all serious, but I have to be serious about this because I do take this seriously, and I'm taking my time. Just like how you take your time that I respect, and you come to my show and I you know, present things or whatever, you know, whatever interesting dialogues we may have about the book that I'm reading or whatever, but I'm still taking my time to do this. So just like how I respect your time, you respect my time being the host of this program. And with that, I'm done addressing it. If I see disrespectful stuff, if I see people being obnoxious, you know, just because they're trying to get me to be mad, you will not get that reaction out of me. You know why? Because I've done this for a very long time. I have done this for a very, very long time. So I know how to handle it and deal with it. So yeah, it was just uncalled for. But I'm glad at least the person took the, you know, people took the time to apologize for it. But yeah, I work really hard. Like, guys, let me tell you, okay, this thing, let me show you it. Okay, this spinner, you know, I took the time to get this. I didn't have to do this. I didn't. But I did it for you guys to make the show interesting. You know? I got the whole, you know, Black Dagger Brotherhood because, yeah, I enjoy it, but I really wanted to review it for you guys too, because you guys were like, oh my gosh, you should get these books. So I got that shit. So you respect me just like how I respect you guys as my audience. It's only fair. You know, I'm not a bitch, you know, I'm not trying to be difficult, but it just gets annoying when I deal. This is not something that it's like once in a while. I don't mind, okay? If you guys want to call me a walrus, okay, so fucking be it, you know? I've been called worse, okay? But when it's every single time I do my show, how can I expect my show to be successful when I'm dealing with all that? It's ridiculous. So let's do better, guys. And I'm not saying everybody is doing this because that's not true. A lot of you guys come to the show, you know how to behave. And I shouldn't even have to be like that, but unfortunately, sometimes I have to be, you know? But I love doing this show, guys. It really means something to me. It really does. And the fact that every 5 fucking minutes I have to stop to discipline someone that knows better, and I shouldn't have to do that. Like, we're all mature here. We should know how to conduct ourselves. You know? It's ridiculous. Yeah, and that's the thing I always say too. Like the stuff you say to me, you sure as hell would not say it to someone that you really value and respect because you know better. You know, I just don't know what it is with me, and people just always want to just say just the worst things to me. Like, and I'm just like, I'm just doing my show. I'm talking about books, like, bitch, you know, like, oh my gosh, it's just let me just get it all out of my system and then just move the fuck on. But yeah, it's very obnoxious. It's very annoying, guys. Nobody has time for it, you know? You know? It's crazy. Oh, and Jenny, since you know you're here, I actually I'll show this to you guys here. I actually got this today, and this is it's a raffle spinner. How cool is that? And I put tickets in here, and it has attached to the ticket is a piece of paper, and that's how I'm picking the topics for the show from now on. So if you have suggestions, Jenny, please let me know, because I'll add it to what's in this spinner already. So I did pick it, and the topic that I'm going to be talking about coming up on it'll probably be Saturday. Yeah, on Saturday. But all these topics that I pick, guys, some of them are gonna be pre-recorded, because some of them is, you know, you can only talk so much about it, you know. But this one is the one that I picked is romantic fake real turn. So I'll show it again. I'll show it like that. So romantic fake real turn. So it's a romantic trope where it's like, at first the relationship, it just doesn't feel, it feels disingenuous, but then over time they like start to fall in love with each other, you know. So I was like, that would be really interesting to talk about. So I'm gonna see if I can find a book that kind of follows this type of theme and read it, and then like do a quick review on it and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm just trying to make the show interesting, and then it's like people just wanna give me a hard time for like no reason, man. It's disrespectful. It's like, how would you feel if, you know, you work hard on your show as much as me and other people do, and then every like time you do your show you just have all this nonsense? Like, you would get irritated too, you know. And I try not to get irritated, because I know for some people that's the whole purpose of why they do it. But other times it's like, you're human, so you can't help it, you know. But now I'm putting my foot down. Like, if you come to my show and you say something rude or disrespectful to me or to my audience, it is an automatic kick out of my show. I have zero tolerance for foolishness, especially considering like my show is very deep in, you know, intense with the content, so it's very disrupting and distracting, and I get that's the reason why they do it. But, you know, it's just, you know, people have to understand that people really work hard on their shows. See, on the outside, what you guys see as the audience is you just see the finished product. But what sometimes you guys don't see is you don't see that today, guys, I got up at like, what, like almost 9 o'clock this morning. And then by like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the spinner of the raffle spinner came. So I had to get it set up. So I had my list and everything. I had to print it out, and I cut it by hand and put the paper on each individual ticket. And I even put tape on it so that way I couldn't see what was the topic. And I did this, guys, until 6 o'clock in the evening. Okay? 6 o'clock. You can even tell. Look at me. I'm tired. I had to touch up my makeup. I've been sweating all motherfucking day. It's for you guys. Not even because I do this show also for my own enjoyment as well, but I do it for you guys. Like, I didn't have to get this raffle spinner. I didn't have to put in all this effort today. And I mean, yeah, it's minimal, but, you know, to come up with these topics too, and, you know, checking out the comments and things like that, you know, it's just it's and I wanted to do something cool, but people have to ruin shit. Man, it just makes me mad because it's like I don't deserve it, you know? And Jenny says that's a neat idea. Yeah, I was like, this is so cool. You know, so I'll be doing this like, you know, every other like day. So that way I have a, you know, there's a topic I'm going to be covering. So this is going to be cool, the romantic fake real turn. So I'm going to do some research today about, you know, beauty standards and for my other show. And then finding a story or maybe just explaining what the trope is and give like examples and stuff. So as you can see, guys, just like a lot of booktubers, I put my motherfucking work in. So the least that people can do is, you know, I know it will happen, but man, I just get it all at motherfucking once. Like, you know, and to call someone a bitch, it's like, come on now. Like, really? Like, really? But yeah, I try to have fun with it. So yeah, today, after I take my makeup off and everything, I'm going to read some more Dark Lover. I got to get caught up, you know, with what's been going on. But yeah, I've been so tired, guys. I have like heat exhaustion. I should be sleeping right now. Look, I'm doing the show. So who is a bitch? Certainly not me. Ugh, man. And I am sweating like crazy, guys, drinking water nonstop. It's a mess. But that's what we're going to be doing, guys. So that'll be coming up on either Friday or Saturday. It depends. You know, I like to take my time to research stuff just to make sure I'm being as accurate as possible. But yeah, so this is the time, guys, before I head off. I just want to get some more ideas from you guys or topics or concepts that I can put in this lovely all or nothing topic spinner and selector here. So I have it next to me here, so that way, you know, I can just pick it up when I do it. But yeah, there's some really juicy like topics in there from like genres that I don't like and things like that. I mean, I went in, okay? I have booktube some, they call it like the booktube like tag like video ideas. You know, I got some of those and put them in there, and then I just spin it so that it's all, you know, mixed up and stuff, and then close my eyes and pick it. And then, guys, as we're going along and I'm finding more like topics and things, and you guys contribute to it as well, I have tickets of different colors, so then I can have like different themes and stuff. So let's say like orange tickets would be readathons and, you know, and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be adding more and more to it every day because I want it to be like halfway full, not like completely full, because it won't mix the tickets properly. But yeah, it's a cool thing. And I just got the small size because they got those like really big ones, you know, for like sweepstakes and stuff. But I saw it, and I didn't even know you could actually buy one. And then I did the research and found it. So yeah, let's do some brainstorming, guys. Let's do some brainstorming. I'm gonna do this at the end of every like live episode. So you guys, what I'm gonna do is bring out the current list that I have, and I won't tell you guys the ideas I came up with because that'll kind of ruin it. But if you guys have any topics that you want for me to cover, this would be the time to let me know here. So it could be different readathons, it could be challenges, it could be book tags, you know, or like book tag videos that you want me to try. It could be me doing rants. You know me, guys, I love doing rants. You know, I'm very opinionated and very like straightforward with my opinions. But I have I have a couple actually. Let's see. So yeah, I have like different like interests, because you guys know when you're a creative person, you know, you're always kind of coming up with ideas and stuff. This one is pretty cool. So I have like classics too and things like that. So, you know, I have all kinds of really cool stuff that I want to do. It's just, it's so sad that people just, you know, want to like give me a hard time with my show. Like, just, it's sad. It is. Okay, let's see. So what ideas, guys, let me being too loud here. So what ideas, guys, do you have for me here? Because that's the thing, you know, like sometimes what happens is people be like, oh, hey, you know, like we have these ideas, but you never do them on the show. So this would be the time, guys, to contribute. Just saying. So then nobody can say that I don't care about my audience, because I do. All right. And Jenny says, are you enjoying Dark Lover? I have, to be honest with you, Jenny, I have not read it in 3 days. Because I literally have been so exhausted the last like 3 days from just this heat wave that's been going on. So it's like I'm ready to read it and I'm like, ugh, and I fall asleep and pass out. You know, and then I get up the next day and I'm like, okay, I should read it. And then I have to do something. So the only time I have to really read it is like before bed. So I have not touched this book since the last episode that I've done. So hopefully tonight I could do it, but we'll see. All right, so let's see. What's some other ideas that I had? Let's see. Oh, that'd be a good one. Oh, hey, we have someone new. Yes. Welcome. Oh my gosh. I love my regulars. I love new people as well. I appreciate it. And, oh, okay. I have that one already on the list. So I already have that one. So we got Laura. What's up? Welcome. And Laura says, I want to read this series, but the length intimidates me. I'm not gonna fucking lie though, but like Black Dagger Brotherhood is very motherfucking long. I mean, those books are like, some of them like Dark Lover, no, it's like about 300 and something pages, not too long. If you're listening with it with the audiobook is long. It's like 8-9 hours, but damn, you know. So I hope it's worth it, guys, because if this book series sucks, I'm going to break down and cry on the show here. Like, no bullshit. No. I'm messing with y'all. Yeah, but you can't be lazy, guys, with this book series. Like, you really gotta take your time and read it, because there's so many complexities with this book series. Okay, like when I saw that the first book, Dark Lover, had a glossary, I was like, what have I gotten myself into? But we'll see how this goes. But no, it's been good so far. It's just my issue sometimes with JR writing is her characters are all over the place. So, you know, it goes from Beth eating Tums to like Butch, and then, you know, Butch is being mad aggressive with Beth and being like, I need answers, and then it goes from that to Mr. X, and then it jumps to Raph again, and then jumps to, you know, whoever else. So that's something I'm trying to get used to, is these, I like to call it jump cut writing, where it's just real, because, you know, it's an action-packed kind of series, so it's just going from one point to the next, you know. But I do agree with Laura that it does, they're all like connected. That's what I've been reading too. And I would highly recommend, though, if you're gonna jump into this series, please make sure that you get the companion guide for Black Dagger Brotherhood. You will need it, okay? Because there's gonna be moments where you're like, okay, well, how does this connect to this? And that's what the guide is for, is it kind of helps to explain the universe and like the characters. And it has a bonus novella that adds to the series as well. So, same. So, when I get there, guys, I'll show you it and I'll actually like read it too. But it's really important. Like, this is a very complex series. Like, it's so much fucking history and shit. So, you know, when you read it, you gotta be really attentive reading it, because it's not about, I mean, there's some smut in there, but like, it's a very, as they would call it, story rich kind of book, you know. It's like Lord of the Rings, you know. you got all these different species, but then they have the history of Middle Earth and Sauron and all this shit. So it's the same thing, you know? It's a little different, but you know what I mean. And Jenny says, that's the fun of it. I started with the first book, took a break after I read the other books for a little while. Yeah, because from what I've heard, this was what I've kind of read, is the first couple of books were good, and then after that, it just kind of tanked a little bit. That's what I've read from reviews, opinions, you know. But I'm not letting that persuade, you know, kind of swayed me, you know. And Laura says, I'm in the middle of the Lords of the Underworld. See? You're already my kind of reader right there. And the Kresley Cole series, I thought those were long. Oh, no. Okay, and then you have the Lindsay Sands Arjanal series. Like, that's over, what, like 20 books? And I'm like, what have I gotten myself into with these damn ass long book series? And don't get me wrong, Lindsay Sands, a lot of people stand for her, but I don't get it. Like, I read a quick bite, and I was excited, and you guys, I did a review on it. I said it's not bad, but it's just something's missing with that series. I'm gonna continue reading it, but there's something just missing. I just didn't like it. I mean, at least with J.R. Ward, I will say the characters are more fully developed, but this is just me. I think when it comes to Lindsay Sands, I think she should stick with the historical and not write like vampire books. That's just my opinion right there. I just think her historical stuff I've seen is a lot better. So yeah, I just think it's for a different demographic. That you are exactly correct, Lo. I agree with that. I just think it's for a different demographic. It's too simple writing, way too simple. And then I go to J.R. Ward, and it's like the opposite. It's very complex. Like you can tell she's an intellectual, you know, because like she's got like, this is the history of this and this group, and this is the Brotherhood, and this is their connection to this. Like she laid it out. That's why I always compare her and Anne Rice, because although their writing styles are completely different, but they have this commonality of having this like family tree of history. And like, guys, if you ever have a chance, look up the Vampire Chronicles family tree. It will blow your mind. Your mind will go like this. It's just so like, so many paths. Like, it's insane. Like, I looked at it and I was just like, oh, she had that time, you know. So, and you know what? Actually, I should put that on my list here. What is this called? Lords of the Underworld? All right, I'll put this on my list here. Read Lords of the Underworld. Who, like, I'll check Goodreads and see. And I've heard people say Kresley Cole was good as well. See, I just have moods, guys. Like, sometimes I want to read something intellectual with my romance, you know? Or like a historical romance or something that's not like, you know, cheesy is the best way I can put it. But then I have moments where I'm like, you know, I just want a good smutty book. Like, you know, I just don't care about the details. Let's get to the smashing. Like, that's like the moods that I go through sometimes. But I think every romance reader like goes through that. You have like modes where you're just like, you know what? I just want to see them smash. Like, you know, like, but then you have moments where you're like, okay, you know, maybe I might want a gradual burn, not like too slow. Cause see, when it's too slow burn for me, I get annoyed. I'm just like, when are y'all getting together? I don't have all day. You know what I mean? But that's just me though. Maybe I'm just a thirst trap. Who knows? All right. And it's by Gina Walter. And we have Rachel. Welcome to the program. Walter. All right, cool. Yeah, but there's so many books coming out, you know. But see, the thing I keep up with more is Kindle Unlimited. So I'm gonna try to keep it up, but it's just getting so expensive, y'all. That's the only thing. I mean, you get really cool, like, you know, independent releases and stuff, you know, from different authors and, you know, independent and mainstream, which is really cool. But man, it's just so expensive. So, and then I have to catch up with my arcs as well. So, crazy. But yeah, I'll continue hopefully reading it later on tonight. We'll see. And then the funny thing is, like, if I read it before I go to bed, then I'll probably have a fantasy or something with it. That's usually what happens. And then I wake up and I'm just like, no, you know, and yeah, hot mess. But yeah, so far I like Butch and Raph. Butch, yeah, he can be a little cocky, but you know, if you peel all that away, there's a decent man somewhere there, you know? And Raph, I just like his unapologeticness. He's just like, look, I mean, yeah, you're my Shellin, but I just don't give a fuck. It's terrible. It really is, but he really doesn't. Like, he's just like, I know you're my Shellin, and yeah, you know, whatever. I'm gonna go after Beth. You know, like, and I'm sure she's feeling some kind of way where she's just like, oh, Raph is such a mother, but I can't do anything because I gotta be loyal. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. But yeah, you guys have also been liking my reactions. I do that every Sunday. So I'll go ahead and, like, you know, react and actually read it. I know it's boring because it's just me being like, you know, not saying anything and shit, but you guys contribute. You know? It's a mess. Oh, and Krillin spars, and that's a classic apparently. But yeah, you know what, Laura? I'm looking for suggestions for I just bought this spinner. It's one of those raffle ticket spinners. And what I did was I put all of the, like, topics for, like, show ideas and everything, and I just spun it, and I picked this topic. It's called romantic fake real turn, and apparently it's a romantic trope where the relationship seems disingenuous. Like, it's like, oh, you know, it's like, are they just together to be together? But then slowly over time, this is pretty much the more eloquent way of saying, like, enemies to lovers in a way, but it's like a different take on it. And Jenny says that's true. Yeah, it's just, you know, romance is an interesting genre because it's like I have a love-hate relationship with it, right? Because sometimes there's romance books that come out and I'm like, ooh, this is good, this is good, this is the tea right here, okay, the book receipts, you know? And then other times I'll read something and I was just like, man, this was a waste of my time. Like, why would you write this? You know what I mean? Like, the characters are just not developed well. You know, the setting is just not there. I do not feel compelled to turn the page. Like, what are you doing? You know? And Jenny says almost 30 books. Yeah, I have on my Goodreads, I have my 2020, you know, book challenge or whatever. And I'm supposed to read 10 books by the end of this year, and we're doing real good because I've only finished like 3. So hopefully I can finish this one. I'm trying to let it marinate, you know, too, because I'm like, ooh, I want to find out what happens next. Or you know, the other phenomenon that can happen to you, like, this is definitely something that romance readers deal with all the time, is you get a book and it's so damn good and you stay up to like 4 or 5 in the morning and you're like, oh, I have to work, you know? Like, it's a mess. It is a mess. Oh, man. Man, if I keep sweating like this, I will be a supermodel. Yes, squad. And see my feet. Oh, losing a little weight, but I still have a long way. And Lo says, I struggle so much with contemporary romance for some reason. I lean towards supernatural and historical romance. Well, you're in the right place, because I do talk about historical romance. I talk about historical fiction. It's the one genre, I swear, the booktube community is just like, no. They like swim away from it. I don't know why. It's just very few people talk about historical fiction, and there's a lot of good things with it. I just think you have to find the right, the right book for you, And Jenny says that's why I recommend Lindsay Sands' books as a starting point to the genre. I just don't like her stuff, man. I tried. Don't get me wrong. I read a quick bite. I did the review on it. It wasn't bad, but it was just too simplistic for me. It just did not do it for me. I tried. Now, to be fair, I started reading the first book in the Arjunal series. I will continue. Who knows? Maybe it might get better. That's what I've read from some of the reviews on the book series, that it's like, okay, the first book, but once you kind of get into it, it gets a little bit better. But yeah, I cannot get into contemporary romance. That's a great one. Okay, issues with contemporary romance. Because it can be problematic for me, because sometimes it's like, I feel with contemporary romance, it's like very carbon copy. It's like, the settings are all the same. The characters are all the same. Ever so often, there's one that will like really stick out to me. But it's like they all take place in the city. And it's like, okay, I need something new, And, Lo says, I just discovered Jenny Frost. Yeah, I heard about her too. I was going to get like some of her books if she had like ebook version. And that's the other thing too, guys. I'm buying ebooks exclusively here. I cannot do physical books anymore because I just don't have the room for it. I wish I had like that kind of museum. You know those booktubers, man. They got like a big ass museum. They're like, welcome, check it out. And I was like, shit. I wish I could do that, but I can't. So, and I just don't want books falling on me and like I break my clavicle or something. It's like so I'm trying not to do that. All right, so I do have that on my list here. Okay, so let's see I'll do something on contemporary. I'll put that on my list for sure. Yeah, I just don't like contemporary romance. I mean, for me, if I'm gonna go down that route, it's really gotta be good. So like, for example, L.A. Banks, the Vampire Huntress Legend series, that was the main reason why I bought it, was for that very reason. It's just an interesting take on like contemporary like paranormal romance, if you really think about it. So we'll put that. That's a good one for sure. And yeah, I like paranormal romance, but man, paranormal romance gets shitted on. It really does. Because like people just think, oh, it's all about werewolves. And it's like, no. More to paranormal romance than that. Okay. There are different creatures. Right? Let's stop that. And oh yeah, everybody's been talking about that Smut-a-thon. Yeah. I was thinking about doing that one, but then I was like, I'll probably get dragged for it. Because like for me, smut is like real, like a really good smut, And I don't read popular books, guys. I really do. Like, I mean, and you know what I mean, like popular being new. I don't know how these other booktubers keep up with this shit. Like, I mean, a book comes out like immediately, okay, and people are just like reading it for days, and I'm just like, when did this come out? And I'm like, I'm kind of like that person being like, wait for me, I just can't keep up with it. It's just, maybe I'm just meant to be the vintage booktuber. You know what I mean? Because I cannot keep up. I'm gonna leave it to y'all because I cannot keep up with it. It's like as soon as like, oh, have you heard about this one and this one? And have you read this one? Have you tried this one? And then I'm like, and I'm just like, no. I'm just starting to read Black Dagger Brotherhood, and then people are like, oh, you're one of those booktubers. And I'll be like, yeah, I can't keep up. So that's why I watch y'all videos to keep me, keep me current, darling. You know? And I can't keep up with the readathons either. It's like just when I get into one, another one comes up, then another one comes up, and I'm like, bitch, what do I do? And Lo says, I just read contemporary romance book where they see each other for 5 seconds. The guy is lusting like crazy and ready to rip off each other's clothes. Yeah. See, I like the thirst trap. Maybe that's why. I enjoy those once in a while, but then sometimes I'm like, okay, let me be a little classy, let the build up happen between the characters. Okay, let the ambiance happen. Okay, yeah. And then there's this whole issue with like audio books too. Like people get mad press, yo. It's interesting. Like people are like, I would never read audio books. And then there are the people who are like, yo, audiobooks are the shit. And, or some people are like, audiobooks, that's like the only way I like to read, Or some people like to like work out and listen to an audiobook. But see, for me, I'm not like that. Like when I work out, I try to be focused on my bod, just, like I be in the zone, as they would call it. So it would be really hard for me. And then secondly, because, I get hot and bothered so easily. So like, I'm not going to sit down on a treadmill and be listening to like the Dark Lover audiobook. Like I would fall off the treadmill. Okay, I'd be getting so hot and bothered. Okay, y'all saw me get hot and bothered right last week. Like that was like the first I mean, it was still very tame, but it's just the way that like JR writes, And then I was like the whole time I was just like, oh. Like I was all in my feelings. So that's why I don't, read romance audiobooks when I'm working out, because I just don't want to be like, oh my gosh, swoon, Yeah, I know I'd be extra, but it is what it is. But yeah, audiobooks are great. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, guys. Hopefully my sneeze did not transfer through your headphones if you're like listening to me with headphones, or your speakers, because that was nasty. But my allergies, guys, are like all-time high. Ugh, I've been like itching, and like people probably think I don't take a shower, and I do. But yeah, I've just been sneezing. Even my parents too, it's hilarious. They're just like, what the heck is wrong with you? And I'm like, it's allergies. And then, they don't understand because they don't have allergies. But like for me, oh my gosh, I have allergies. It is terrible. But yeah, I just can't get into contemporary romance. I did hate historical romance for a while. No bullshit, but I did. Because I felt it was really cliche because of the ones maybe I was reading. But then once I started, checking out the other booktubers that talk about historical romance, they really like diversified my taste. So I was like, you know what? I'm claiming historical romance again. I'm not going to push it away. I'm going to embrace it. But even within historical romance, though, you have some where you're like, this is good. But then other ones I'm like, no, thank you. All right, any other suggestions, guys? Because I got some new authors, so I'll put that in there. Let's see here. I've never done this either, actually. Oh my gosh, guys. Sorry for yawning. Good God. But any other suggestions? It could even be like an author that you think I would like. It could be a book challenge. It could be a question, whatever. So I just trying to mix it up, trying to make things interesting. Have to do my research on this. Romantic fake real turn. Find an interesting book on that. And then have you noticed too, guys, the other trend I'm seeing is a lot of short ebooks. like books under, like romance books under 300 pages. I'm noticing that like a lot of the new releases I've been seeing on, as they call it, KU, yeah, under 300 pages. So I'm kind of getting used to that, where I'm like, oh, it's nice and short. Okay, cool. And I have a lot of authors, guys, I'm going to be introducing you guys to. Some of them you may have heard of, and some of them maybe you haven't. So, you know, I try to mix it up. I don't try to be completely mainstream. That's just not my thing. It's just not. I've embraced now that, you know, I like reading older book series, and, you know, and talking to you guys about that. And many of you guys know the older book series that I read in general. All right, let's see. Let me come up with one more idea here. What I want. Let's see. Well, yeah, I think I should. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, this would be a good one. Huh. Oh, and Lo says, I barely got KU last month. I'm not familiar with it. The best way I can describe KU, it is a paradise for people who like interracial romance. No, no, the only reason why I say that, guys, is literally if you search interracial romance on KU, it's like you just get a whole bunch of books, of ebooks. And of those, the ones that you'll see the most pairings with are black women, white men. And then like way like below is AMBW, which is Asian man, black woman, because I love that. Yeah, I'm just obsessed with like reading AMBW romance. I just enjoy it, you know. And of course, you guys know I'm attracted to Asian men. This is nothing new. But yeah, like there's so many interracial romance that comes out. It's like crazy. But some of the tropes, idea. Thanks, guys. See you guys stimulate my brain. Thank you. Oh, this would be a good one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do you guys get my brain flowing? But yeah, KU is great though. It's just, it does require you to like search and kind of filter through everything. But at least the good thing though with KU though is they do separate it by trope as well. If you look on like the left hand side, like I did see like vampire or like interracial romance, and then, you know, and then I enjoy a good BBW romance, plus size romance. Guys, did you know I found out that they have a paranormal BBW shape shifter romance? I don't know what it is, but people are obsessed with shapeshifters. Serious. Like shapeshifters are in right now. But like for me, I tried it. I just, I don't know. Just, you know, I can't get my mystique on, you know? Like I tried. Now I did try like a werewolf romance. That one was okay. But vampires are just my thing, man. That's what I stick to. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure if you guys saw my episode earlier today, but I did do a LGBTQIA plus book haul. You know, I'm really trying to diversify my reading, you know, to keep myself as well balanced as I can. And let me see, do I have it here? Yeah, I actually. Okay, guys, let me show you this. This is crazy. All right, so this is from Regina Jeffords. It's called Vampire Darcy's Desire. This is the vampire adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. How savage is that? Like, it's so cool, man. Like, can you imagine, guys? Like, Mr. Darcy is already sexy, okay? And then you amplify that with vampire book orgasm. I'm just saying. So, yeah, I got a whole bunch of these, like vampire, like Jane Austen books. And Lo says, oh my gosh, that is going on my TBR. Yes, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I keep bringing out this fan, but I'm actually like hot, okay? Not being shady, but I feel hot, okay? Maybe I'm going through menopause. That's what it is. Good God, menopause. Whew. That's a rough time for some women, you know. But yeah, it's really cool. I was like, Mr. Darcy as a vampire, that is really hot. Like, and then guys, I found out that there are R-rated versions, like of like Jane Austen's books too. Like, I found out there's this really like muy caliente, okay, version of Pride and Prejudice, and I was like, I gotta get it, but it's so hard to find now. It's super expensive too. But when I find it, guys, we're definitely doing a reading reaction on that, because I know my face gonna be like this the whole time, like you know, like that's my offended face, like, you know. That's like 90% of the romance books I read. I'm just like, I'm like, should I be reading this? I'm like, this is too hot, man. This is too hot. Like, my ears, like, smoke starts coming out of my ears, like, you know. But I hope you guys have been enjoying your week, guys. It's been so crazy for me. My place, you know, I got it clean, but now it's just a hot damn mess again. So I gotta, like, clean it up again. Ah! It's a mess. It is such a mess. Alright, guys, so with that, since there's no more ideas, but if you guys have any more ideas, you can comment, you know, vicious comment section below today's episode. And of course, guys, you can follow me on social media as well. I know I've been slacking, but guys, it's so hard to keep up with social media, man. There's just so much stuff, man. And you got to do it every day, or else, like, you know, people's attention spans are like this. So, like, if I don't do this show, like, every other day or something like that, people forget about you, you know? That's just how it goes. But I'm on social media, guys, which is at Bookshade1. And that's both for my Twitter and my Instagram. So I'm going to get out of here before I fall asleep on y'all. Let me take these earrings off. Take these earrings off because I mean business. No. I can't be like that, y'all. All right, but I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I'll probably be back Friday or Saturday. We'll see. But thanks, guys, so much for watching. Thanks to Lo and Jenny and all of you guys that have been, you know, checking out the shows, subscribing. It really means a lot to me. Like, I never thought that people would actually take time out of their day to watch, you know, a crazy black woman like me, you know, talk about romance books and, you know, rant and have this crazy ass personality. I appreciate it, guys. All right. And Lo says, awesome episode. Thank you. No, thank you guys for taking the time. You know, no matter what time of the day, y'all be on it. Y'all want them book receipts. So I'm going to give you those book receipts. So thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it. And like I always say, remember to embrace the darkness of reading. I'll see you guys either Friday or Saturday when I make up my mind. Yeah. All right, guys. Take it easy.